Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. As you can see from this video, the title of the video, we're doing another bracket. Yeah. And this one's gonna be the Oscar Best Picture bracket because we're getting ready for the Oscars next week. At the time of filming, it'll be a week from now, isn't it? So yeah, so we're gonna do a Best Picture Oscar bracket. Hashi's idea. So disclaimer. Now, there's a lot of Best Pictures that have been awarded in the Academy Awards, but we obviously, you're not going to see, there's a lot of movies you're not going to see. We have 16 positions in this bracket, right? And we picked movies, or rather I picked movies that most of us have seen. So it makes sense for the bracket, right? So there's some movies that you're probably not going to see here.
Yeah.
But don't be alarmed, this is the Small Time Critics bracket. It's not everyone else's bracket, you know what I mean? But, just enjoy the ride. Yeah, guys, before we get going, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications for when the videos are going to come out. Make sure you rate us on the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, and Google. And let us know what you guys think. But yeah, introductions. My name is Mo.
Mohammed Hashi.
Okay.
Yes. Mandem, you don't like the bracket last time, innit?
Oh, I love it.
Loved it.
That's it.
Love it.
Loved it.
I didn't like the ending, but I love it.
That's alright, man. That's okay.
You deserved it.
But, that was...
You see, this guy's always trying to send for me.
I know. But yeah, like I said, we got 16 positions, so 16 different movies. I'm gonna get these guys to pick two numbers between 1 and 16, and then those two movies are gonna go against each other, and then they'll move on to the next round, the winner of that.
Mo, let's get it
That's
cracking.
Let's go.
Alright, since you're so eager, you pick the first two
3 and
numbers.
7, like last time. Or was it 2 and 7? But 3 and 7.
3 and 7. Ooh wee!
Ooh wee.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King is number 3, and number 7 is Rain Man.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Rain Man.
I picked the numbers. You have to go to Hash because this is hard for me.
Actually, yes, you go first. Actually,
Return of the King.
which one is that one in the?
The last one.
The last
Is that
one.
last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably, in my opinion, the worst of the three. So, and I don't think it should have even won that year.
Yeah.
For me, it's easy, right? Rain Man is a great Tom Cruise performance. Dustin Hoffman was fantastic. A great montage in the casino. Just a really, just like from top to bottom, great movie,
Yeah.
man. Like, so it's easy. It's Rain Man. It's easy.
So you want me to go first?
I'm up. Yeah.
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 Rain Man, personally, it holds a special place in my heart. It's because it's very relatable and not to get too personal. I have a family member who's,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, is autistic. So for me, it's like, it hits for me, do you know what I mean? A lot. So it means a lot to me. So I have to pick Rain Man, personally. I know it doesn't matter at this point because it's too
It doesn't
late,
matter, but
please,
I
yeah.
need. As you both know, I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan.
Sure.
Love it.
Sure.
It was one of the first sort of real books that I read because of the movie. I was so excited. I went ahead and read everything. But yeah, Rain Man is top tier. Like, because Lord of the Return of the King weren't the best,
Yeah.
but Rain Man is Rain Man. There's another movie which sits alongside Rain Man, like I'm talking about in my sort of ratings.
Yeah.
And it's one I'm going to recommend to you lot to watch when it comes back around to me. But yeah, Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
So Rain Man advances to the next round.
Let's
Hashi,
go.
pick two numbers, please.
4 and 5.
4 and 5. You are simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, Parasite versus Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire.
I'm gonna start with you, brother.
Weren't really a fan of either.
Really?
Huh?
Okay.
I like Slumdog Millionaire, but I think I'd go with Slumdog because. Yeah. Hash.
Don't be judgy. Hash.
Chill.
Don't be judgy.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, yeah. I'll go
So why do you
Slumdog
not like Parasite?
It
Did they hit for you?
just doesn't hit for me. There's many good movies out there, and I know they're good, but it just doesn't hit for me.
You don't think it deserved Academy Award?
Nah, definitely not.
Fair enough.
Hash, breathe.
So Kev says Slumdog Millionaire. Hash, go on.
Okay, Parasite is one of the best movies to come out in the last 10 years. So, like, it's such a good allegory in terms of, like, our society and kind of the discrepancy between the rich and the poor. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to kind of get into the bit of that a bit later on. But this movie...
Did you write it down already?
Very I love.
Fair enough.
This is why I love you, Mo. This is why I love you, bro. This is why I love you, bro. You know what I mean?
Listen,
A man that has taste.
But
This is
yeah.
one of the. It's a fantastic allegory. A wonderful performance. Wonderful movie. It's such a fun movie. Like regardless of the kind of subject matter, a great twist in the middle of the movie as well. Entertaining from beginning to end.
Great direction.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Great direction by director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bong Joon Ho.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
look,
Oh,
I'm not
amazing.
knocking it.
No,
I'm not knocking it.
sorry. What was the other film? Sorry, I'm just so tunnel vision. It was Parasite.
Slumdog.
Slumdog, Danny Boyle, fantastic movie. Honestly, great. It's our first introduction to Dev Patel. Really, really good movie. But against Parasite, you know what I mean?
I agree. I'm gonna have to go Parasite. I enjoyed that way more. So yeah, Parasite.
No, fair enough. I'm
On
saying
to the next
don't
one.
take offense to it, Hash. I'm just saying, fair enough. It's just like even with the Slumdog, like
I hate
it just worked for me.
Fair enough.
Like, because
some of these movies ain't for me.
yeah,
though.
look. I love Life of Pi.
But-
Life of Pi. People look at me and think, huh?
Sure.
For me, Life of Pi is brilliant.
Sure.
But that's what I'm saying.
Nah, it's very visually arresting. But I think that year for Parasite to win was like a real kind of watershed moment for the Academy and for kind of the industry at large. For a foreign film, foreign language film with subtitles to win the best prize in Hollywood. Come on, man. Anyway,
No, fair
continue.
enough.
Cam, 2 numbers, please.
9 and 1.
9 and 1. 9. Oh, 9 is The Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
And number 1 is Argo.
Okay.
Argo. Ben Affleck directed movie Argo.
All right. This is again. It's another easy
Who picked
one.
numbers just now? That was you, Cam, right? So
Yeah.
Cash, I'll go
Again, it's an easy one. I think Argo is a generally like a fun movie.
I'll go yourself.
Wait, did you say, go f yourself or
It's in
Argo?
It's in the movie. You lot are terrible, man.
I
You lot
got
are
that. I
terrible.
got that. You
I
don't
didn't
get.
get it.
You didn't get
it.
That's poor from you,
Come
man.
on, come on. I
That
love it.
movie is so long, man.
Fair enough.
By the way, for me, that movie.
I should have got that.
That,
Moment.
Yeah, that was
that movie was obviously it's a movie about kind of like the film industry stuff like that. Obviously, it's kind of very clear when you watch it. It was generally a good movie. I think I think one of the main kind of stories off the back of that film was how much Ben Affleck like wanted to get the Oscar. He did like the whole campaign, all that kind of stuff, and he didn't win Best Director. He wasn't even nominated, but the movie won Best Pictures. Hence the reason why we're doing it now. It's a decent film. I don't think it was crazy or anything like that. But the other movie, which is, just remind me,
The Silence.
Silence of the Lambs.
Science.
Come on, man.
That's what I wanted to do. It's one of the best directed movies that came out like in that kind of period in the 90s kind of thing. It's got like obviously, I think Anthony Hopkins won the Academy Award for the least amount of screen time. He was in the movie for 22 minutes. And he won the Academy Award. It was crazy. And obviously Jodie Foster's incredible in that.
Yeah.
I think the POV like filming to kind of get you in the perspective of the characters by Jonathan Demme was incredible. I felt like the direction, the characters, the story was incredible. It was such a really good movie. Like there's some great lines in that movie. It's easy.
What's your pick, brother?
It's Silence of the Lambs.
Alright, I just want to hear you say it. Cam.
Yeah, look, it is obviously Silence of the Lamb, but I have to. I actually liked Argo. Argo's good. I really liked Argo. I actually went to see Argo in the Curzons, in Notting Hill.
Yeah.
It was brilliant to watch it in there. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
It's really nice. But yeah, I went. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Extraction sort of movie. It was really fun. It was really fun, and obviously it being Ben Affleck, it was like because whether people want to agree or not, there is a real campaign against. There's been a campaign against Ben Affleck.
I don't care what anyone says.
No, but there has been one.
100%, and I agree with you, but he's super talented.
Yeah, he is. But obviously, in regards to the bracket, Silence of the Lamb, it's not really a good pairing because Silence of the Lamb should be coming up against like a big boy. But Argo was good.
It will though.
But who picked the last? Came was you. So Hashi, please, 2 numbers.
11 and 6.
I love how you guys are not repeating numbers.
Yeah, we're trying our best and we're doing well.
This is actually brilliant.
Yeah, we're doing well.
11 is Titanic. And also no 6, yeah? 6 is Forrest Gump.
Woo! Now Forrest Gump for
I don't
me.
know them.
Oh, sorry. Go
Ken
ahead.
first, because you picked one.
So, disclaimer: I'm only choosing this. Obviously, I whether it deserves to be there. I'm only choosing this because if I don't choose this, my boy will he won't forgive me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose Titanic.
Okay.
My boy loves Titanic because he is a massive historian.
You don't. Oh, I thought you meant your son.
Yeah, my son.
Oh, your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Bro, he's a massive. He will tell you anything about the White Star Line, meaning obviously
Wow.
like, bro, from Titanic, Lusitania to Britannia, everything.
That's cool, man.
He even knows the captain who was actually in the bird's nest. Bro, he's told me
Wow.
everything
That's
and
dope.
how the fire and it. But anyway, so I have to go Titanic just for my boy, Caden. But
Shout
I love Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump
Yeah.
is it's history. Forrest Gump is something that it was so fresh and new for the era. It was fresh for its time. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Whether you was a movie fan or not, everybody loved
People
Forrest
still
Gump.
quote it to this day.
Yeah, of course you quote
Yeah.
it. Life is like a box of
I
chocolate.
still, I still say run.
Do you know what you're gonna get?
Forrest, Run.
Do you know what you're gonna get? So yeah. So Titanic for me, man.
Titanic, hash.
So Forrest Gump, I've got big beef with that movie.
Okay.
Big beef. Because the only reason why we're talking about it is because it, for some strange reason, it beat one of the greatest films ever made, Pulp Fiction, that year.
Oh,
It shouldn't have won that year.
I didn't know.
It should not have won that
I'm
year.
glad you said that because I don't have the list of what.
Pulp Fiction should have won that year. And this kind of very funny, zany movie.
Oh, she's overrated.
Huh?
What's that?
Hush. Lion, please.
What happened?
Please don't.
Yo, Mo, bro, we might have to like literally be on site
Sorry,
right
what's
now.
it? What's,
Guess-
no, wait.
guess what? Guess
No,
what?
wait.
Guess what?
No, leave it.
Run
Hash, run it.
it!
Run it.
We're gonna run it, bro. Honestly, after this, we're gonna scrap, bro, because that is the maddest take I've ever heard from you.
That's my hot take.
That is crazy.
That's my hot take.
Pulp Fiction changed movies, the way I even see movies.
That's crazy.
And you're talking.
Hash. Guess what? Pulp Fiction's not in the bracket.
See, this is the
Move on.
Oh,
Hey. No. One more. Just one more.
one more.
All right.
See, my thing is, this is the thing, the misconception that people have here. When someone says it's overrated, it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. My thing is, everyone I come across is like Pulp Fiction is the greatest movie of all time. I just think in that aspect, it's overrated.
It changed the form. It came at a time where movies were more or less the same. It came and was completely different. You know what I'm saying? It changed the form. It pushed the form forward. You know what I'm saying? And because so many other movies have come out, like kind of copying it and parodying it and stuff like that, that's why you would say that.
Why are you so angry?
Because it's a ridiculous take.
Why you mad, little Danny? Why are you mad, little
Apollo's not here to help you. Mo,
My dad, listen.
can you remind him we're playing this bracket thing, please?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just got my
Hey,
feelings
listen,
there, man.
Titanic vs. Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, it's a decent movie, but Titanic is like one of the best movies.
So what's
like
really quickly summarize what your beef is with Forrest Gump?
it just beat out one of the
Pulp
best
Fiction.
movies.
So-
Pulp
so-
Fiction.
so you're
And
hurt.
also, of course I am hurt, but also the fact that I think it's. I like Forrest Gump. It's a good movie, but Titanic is better, man. Like Titanic is like
You think Titanic's better as a movie?
yeah, because Titanic's got great performances.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really great representation of real life events. The violin scene still gets me every single time.
Yeah.
When the guys that were playing, you know what I mean? Every time it gets me. When they're about to leave and then and they stay and continue to play,
Yeah.
it always gets me every single time I watch it. I thought Leo was fantastic. Kate
Top
Winslet
tier.
was fantastic. You know what I'm
Top tier.
saying? Like, it's a really, really good movie.
I
And,
would've
and Titanic's a pick.
Yeah, I would have said Forrest Gump if not for this one scene in Titanic where the ship is going down and the old people are holding each other, and the emotional response that I had to that just has to put Titanic over for me because I
Yeah.
felt so sad
Yeah.
when I saw that for the first time. I think my dad doesn't watch movies. There's 2 movies on this list that my dad has seen and has spoken to me about in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them is Titanic. I watched that with him. That's the only time I've ever seen my dad have an emotional reaction to something on media on TV.
That's
Yeah.
big.
And I was just like,
That's
yeah,
big.
this is crazy. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
Titanic for me. is-
Quick question, Ash. Forrest Gump was around the same time as Full Metal Jacket, wasn't it? Or was that a bit earlier?
Forrest Gump with Full Metal Jacket.
Full
No, was it around the same era?
Full Metal Jacket came out in 1984.
That was a bit earlier, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit earlier.
Okay.
Full Metal
Well,
Jacket
no,
was
it does. Well, there's no new.
I want to
Master
say
of
Forrest
Wrestling.
Gump was mid-90s.
Yeah, midnight, yeah,
Mid-90s,
96.
yeah.
95, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Let's
Yeah.
move then.
96,
Cool.
95.
So that's the Titanic then.
Yes, Titanic.
94.
Clean sweep.
Titanic has advanced to the next
Clean
round.
sweep.
Kev, two numbers, please. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two numbers, please.
12 and 8.
You're trying to pick a number with him. Pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Cool. Number 12 is Birdman, Michael
Mhm.
Keaton. And number 8 is Spotlight.
This is really good. This is good because these are two kind of movies that came in and around the same time.
Yeah.
I think a couple years apart,
Yes.
if I'm correct.
I think 1 year apart.
Yeah, I think that's so.
Yeah.
It's good to kind of talk about these two films.
Birdman 1 and then Spotlight 1 next year.
Mhm.
Spotlight is one of those films where, obviously, it's talking about a very, very difficult subject matter
Mhm.
Yeah.
about the
Child
kind of the
molestation.
archdiocese in Boston, and kind of their abuses of kids at the time, stuff like that. And it's a good movie. It's a great kind of newspaper movie. You know what I mean? Kind of similar to All the President's Men and stuff like
Stacked cast.
Yeah.
Stacked cast,
Oh
yeah.
Big time.
goodness, bro.
Rachel McAdams,
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, Leah Schreiber.
I think not Mark Strong. Stanley Tucci's in it.
Yeah, Tucci's in it.
Stanley
Yeah,
Tucci's
Tucci's
I
in
always
it.
mix him and Mark Strong up for some
Yeah.
reason.
But yeah, again, I thought really good film. I think there's a bit of overacting from Ruffalo though,
Mhm.
where he's like, "They knew," you know, what I mean? All that, when he goes crazy, he goes,
Mm.
"They knew," and they let it happen, all that kind of thing. And again, it's a good movie.
Maybe we should have reactions like that to stuff like that. You know?
Maybe,
Mm.
maybe, but I thought he went a bit like overboard in terms of the performance. Birdman, great that it's one shot. You know what I'm saying? Great soundtrack, great score.
The concept too.
Yeah, the concept of like someone that used to be a superhero,
Yeah.
similar to Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then kind of going back to that in like high art in terms of theatre and stuff like that.
Visuals too.
Visuals are incredible in
Yeah.
terms of, you know what I mean, of him kind of walking through Times Square
And the bird.
in his boxes and the bird right there and stuff like that. It's great. And even the ending I thought was pretty cool with,
Yeah.
with Emma Stone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ed Norton's great in it.
Yeah.
Ed Norton's fantastic in it. Andrea Riseborough was really good in it.
What you
Yeah.
picking? What you picking, brother?
Birdman
Birdman.
is a very entertaining, really engaging film.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm picking that.
Kev.
Birdman's brilliant.
Yeah.
Hashi said everything about it. I can't really, but I've got more of an emotional response to Spotlight because anything to do with that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, like
You have
It
to,
disgusts
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
and-
Yeah,
it was
everyone
like
of course.
I was sucked into the movie from because I read about it already.
Mhm.
But yeah, there are some sort of good acting, bad acting, overacting, you say, but Spotlight was it for me, man.
So Spotlight for you.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
I think both great movies. I think you lot have said everything that can be said about it. I think I edge it to Birdman because it's easier to watch.
Yeah, okay.
And I just love Michael Keaton, man. But yeah, I would say Birdman for me.
Cool.
There was a documentation, documentary. There's a documentary. Let's look for the word about Spotlight. Before Spotlight.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw that as well
yeah.
beforehand, so obviously that's why I was more wanting to watch it because I watched that with my missus.
Yeah.
And my missus get emotional when she sees stuff like this.
Yeah.
It hurts because you have to understand it's rampant and it's still going to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, no, that's obviously even though it lost this bracket, I have to
Shout out, yeah, of course.
Put honorable mentions
Yeah,
as well.
definitely big one.
Hashi, we're nearly done with the round of 16. We've got like 3 more matchups left of that round. So
What numbers are left?
So we've got 13, 2, 10, 15, 16, 14.
13 and 10.
13 and 10. Green Book. This is going to be so easy. Green Book versus The Departed.
The Departed.
Departed. When I tell you to throw a body in the mash, you throw it in the mash.
Oh my God.
I love Boston accents,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. In the harbour.
In the harbour.
In the car. I like Green Book, man.
Yeah.
I really like Green Book.
Don't
Hash.
be judgy. We told
Hash.
you.
Listen, I like Green Book. I really do like Green Book. But according to, I think according to the family, it wasn't as closely sort of accurate as everybody wanted it to be.
Sure.
But it's because it resonates with me. Because I hate when it comes to sort of discrimination and racially sort of charged movies like American History. I'm deep into it. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously there's a light element of it and everything. But it's good. I really do like Green Book, but it's not on par with Departed.
Yeah. Shall I go?
No,
Go ahead.
I'm not having this. First of all,
What did I say wrong?
no. First of all, you said so many different things wrong, and I'm gonna absolutely break
Go on,
down
go
every
on,
single
go
one of them. Yeah. Before I do that, yeah, let me just give Departed its flowers. Yeah, Departed, great movie by Scorsese, of course. Great performances. Like a proper, by the way, a really funny movie at times. By the way, in terms of Nicholson and Alec Baldwin, by the way, as a crazy kind of sergeant cop. You know what I mean? It's and Michael Sheen is really good in this, playing a very quiet character.
Have you heard Jack Nicholson improvising that scene with Leonardo DiCaprio about the rat?
Yeah.
Because I got this rat.
Yeah.
He improvised all of that.
Yeah,
He was all, bro.
He improvised the whole scene.
Swear down.
Yeah.
That's cold.
It's mad.
And I think the performances of Leo and Matt Damon are absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? Like it was so good, such a great movie from start to finish. That movie, and it's a really really rewatchable movie.
Yeah.
So of course that's gonna win.
Yeah.
But let me just
Oh God.
let me land on Green Book and how bad it is. Green Book is an absolute failure. Yeah, because this is a movie where like audience don't like get at me at this, yeah, where certain white people will look at this movie and goes, look guys, we solved racism.
You know
We
what?
solved racism.
I knew he was coming here. Going there. Go on.
And it's such a rudimentary, simple, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You don't like the white savior, do you?
But of course, it's so bad. It was just so bad.
I hate it.
No, I understand that.
It was so blatant. Like for me, I got through about like an hour and 20 of that movie, yeah. And I had to turn it because it was just so bad. And I'm thinking, Mahershala Ali, why did you take this movie? Why?
He's brilliant though, man. Mahershala Ali's amazing.
He's good. He's good in
The thing
it.
is, yeah, I get it being like towards the end being like feel good.
Yeah.
My thing is they do so much of these types of movies. I was just kind of like, I don't need another white savior movie anymore.
Do you know what it was? It was literally the reverse of Driving Miss Daisy for Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
It was literally the opposite. So now Morgan Freeman's in the backseat. It was just so bad. And for Kem, who knows better? By the way, Kem knows better.
No. Don't try and give me a side. Kem knows better. Listen.
You should.
Mahershala,
You're
no.
trying to take your black card, bro.
Bro.
Maybe you need to review.
No.
Maybe, because it was crazy. How can
Man,
you like?
are you questioning it? No. Hold
such
up.
a bad movie.
Okay.
It was such a bad movie.
Okay, hold up.
It was such a bad movie.
Hold up.
How can
Let him land.
Hash, hold up. Yeah. The reason why I liked it, yeah. I understand. I saw every single thing that you put. I saw it all. Yeah. Mahershala Ali, he was the Jonathan Majors at that point. He was hot.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah.
It was his time, yeah.
It was Moonlight.
Yeah.
Too.
I enjoyed all of that. I enjoyed Mahershala Ali, and I see that's why I led with. It wasn't accurate. Yes, but you have to understand, regardless of the white savior and everything. Like Sundown Towns and the Green Book was an actual thing.
Yes.
Regardless of the whole white savior, it was an actual. It's based off a true situation. So it's not like it's a made up story.
Yeah.
I do understand the point you're coming from.
Yeah.
We've seen it all the time, but I'm looking at the movie based on Mahershala Ali's performance. Yeah. Nothing else, because you have to understand, it is kind of closely related to sort of like Moonlight in regards to tone, in some respects, if you get what I mean. But for him to take on that role, not the fact that he's obviously being saved by this white guy, it's the only person I've seen do something like this back in the days was Will Smith. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
When he took on, like, this is early on when he took on a homosexual role.
What movie?
What movie was this?
Oh, what's the movie name? Talk and I'll come back.
Again, similar to kind of the whole white savior thing, was for funny you mentioned Will Smith. He did Legend of Bagger Vance with Matt Damon. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you might remember that
might
one.
have been it.
But for me, this, in terms of like the whole Green Book and the kind of like the real world kind of like ramifications that happened during this time for kind of black people, wouldn't it have been interesting to kind of like
6
explore the
degrees of
movie
separation.
in that review?
Oh, 6 degrees separation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it?
What's your point exactly?
No, I'm just saying, like, Mahershala Ali was hot at that point,
Yeah.
and he's taken on so many different roles.
Yeah.
I like the movie based on his performance and how he did well.
You're saying similar to the Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not so, and I do get your gripe. But you have to sort of disassociate your gripe from what the movie. It's an actual event.
As much as I didn't like the movie, his performance was good.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
That's what he's talking about.
anywho, Departed one. Can we move?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly just talk about it. Departed is one of my personal favorite movies of all time. Like, it's top 5 for me.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it has one of the best endings of a movie I've ever seen in my life, bro. That scene with Leo holding up Mark Wahlberg, and they come downstairs, and then the other guy shoots Leo. Anthony Anderson comes out and shoots Anthony Anderson. Mark Wahlberg picks up the gun, shoots his boy, and then they go to the apartment, and Mark Wahlberg finishes off Matt Damon
Yeah.
in the end. And I just thought, yeah, brilliant ending.
But again, I thought it was a bit heavy-handed having a rat. To call it crawling. You see the rat as the last thing. Like, I thought I was a bit heavy-handed. Didn't really need that. But again, I think also it finally won Martin Scorsese Best Director, by the way.
He's a rude boy, that's why.
Yeah,
Martin Scorsese's a
he should have won it. He should have won it maybe
Martin!
before.
Rude boy.
Let's move on. What's left?
Cam.
What numbers do we have?
So we'll get through this quick. We've got 2, 15, 16, and 14.
14 and 16.
14 and 16 is Schindler's List versus Gladiator.
Oh,
Now,
heavyweight.
When I spoke earlier and I said there was 2 films that my dad
Was it this?
Schindler's List is one of them. My dad spoke about
Heavyweight.
Schindler's List a lot. And
Yeah.
I think he had it on cassette. One of the only movies he had on cassette for some reason, VHS.
Mm.
And I was just like, yeah.
If that's the case,
I'm
you
a-
go first.
For me, these. Oh my god, Schindler's List is so hard to watch. Gladiator is great. Oh my god, this is so tough. If I had to pick like which one is actually the better movie, just thinking about it without thinking of my personal,
Mm-hmm.
views of it, Schindler's List is a better movie. But for the bracket and what I like and stuff like that, I might say Gladiator. I might say Gladiator, but it's tough.
I've got a problem with both of you lot, yeah. So you lot need to keep the same energy because from movie to movie, yeah, you lot are jumping. Oh, this is a brilliant movie. Shot well. Oh, but I feel so. Keep that same energy because when I come across, yeah, people want to try and get at me, yeah. I don't want that anymore. But I'm just saying. So what were you going with?
For
Gladiator.
me, I think I'll go with. I think Schindler's List deserves to.
He's changed his mind twice.
No. I think
Yeah, that's right.
I think it deserves to go through. So I'm gonna say Schindler's List.
All right, go on.
Gladiator is a fantastic movie. Great performance by Russell Crowe. I thought, like, in terms of like,
Joaquin Phoenix. Too, man.
yeah, of course, I can think as well. But in terms of Maximus, like his kind of like arc from the way, like even the way he was shot when he found his like wife and kid like hanging and stuff like that, and him kind of like fighting and stuff like that, and those set pieces in terms of like with like the fights and everything, and also the brutality as well. Like it was so brutal at times.
Super gory,
You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know what I mean? You're not entertained. You know, it's just amazing scenes. And obviously, Joaquin Phoenix, like with the tongue out, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, amazing. But Schindler's List, wow, such a hard-hitting movie. And even at times, sometimes, even having like bits of like humor in such like horrific circumstances and stuff like that. And as much, by the way, if someone told you the ending of Schindler's List, how it ended, you think that's so stupid, how that worked.
Yeah.
But it works. Without ruining it, or if anyone that hasn't watched it, it's such an emotional movie. Like, if you're not touched emotionally, you know what I mean? It was such an amazing movie. And I think also the conceit in terms of it being in black and white and the bits of colour that you do see are like, it hits you so hard emotionally.
Yeah.
So, for all those things, it has to be Schindler's, man.
So Cam going.
Thank heavens. Like, it's a clean sweep, man.
Yeah.
Because, like, as I said, you lot said everything I wanted to say about Gladiator.
Yeah.
Everything. But Schindler's List is, it's
undeniable, isn't it?
even though both of them are going to sort of, they're timeless. Both of them are timeless movies. Schindler's List is just that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like for those people who like movies, Gladiator is top tier.
Mm.
Schindler's List is top tier. For those people who loves movies,
Yeah.
they see Schindler's List for what it is. So yeah.
Schindler's List advances to the next round. Last matchup for the round of 16. We have number 2, which is No Country for Old Men, versus number 15, $1 Million Baby.
Wow, this
No,
is,
come to me first. Let me just do it. Look.
Yeah.
Good.
No Country for Old Men, yeah, lives in my heart. Yeah, I remember like it's one. You know when you watch movies and they say, "Oh yeah, I remember." Vivid memory of when I went to watch. I can't remember what movie it was though. I went to watch a movie at the cinema, Hammersmith Cinema, before it got knocked down. Yeah, by myself, because football was cancelled. I'm a young boy, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go watch a movie. And I went to watch something else, and I found myself watching No Country for Old Men. Yeah, so it was not intentional. I went in that movie. I came out of that movie a movie fan, like someone who loves movies now. I think that kicked me off.
Yeah.
And my takeaway was the fact that we did not need sound. You didn't need sound to build. So yeah, No Country for Old Men. Easy.
Real quick.
$1 Million Baby. It's a serviceable movie. Should never have won the Academy Award that year. Horrible ending.
What did it go up against? Do you remember?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just remember that year thinking I should have never have won that year. A really bad ending, by the way, where a lot of people are upset by the ending, rightly so, because it came out of nowhere. I don't want to ruin it for anyone by explaining it, but again, very forgettable movie as well, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, great Hilary Swank performance, though, if I'm being honest with you. But for me, Kem, just to echo kind of Kem's points, like No Country is such an amazing movie in terms of like the action set pieces, the way the sound design, the way sound is used, like Tommy Lee Jones' performance as a man that can no longer, understand the way of the world anymore, and and how kind of the new generation kind of treats and acts, and the way they deal with each other and stuff like that, and when there's just so many great scenes in that movie. I think Anton Chigurh as a character, Javier Bardem,
top tier,
and Josh Brolin as Llewellyn Moss, and Woody Harrelson as the cowboy who has to kind of like get the money back, and it's just such an incredible movie, man.
It's brilliant. Honest to God, it's brilliant.
For me, I don't mind $1 Million Baby. I think it's okay. Great Hilary Swank performance, like you said. There's moments that are so heartbreaking in it. And whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a very slow-paced movie, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do like it as well. At the same time, I don't think it's terrible. Do you know what I mean? I thought the boxing parts were cool as well and whatnot.
Yeah.
But No Country for Old Men, one of the best antagonists of all time in movie history.
But can I say one thing? Yeah, as much as I love No Country, it should have never won that year.
What was up against it?
It had a couple of great movies. It had The Social Network that year, which is a great movie. Come on, Mo, behave yourself.
God.
Aaron Sorkin, David Fincher, bro, behave yourself. Behave yourself.
Social Network fans need to allow it.
And it was an incredible movie. Mo speaking nonsense, by the way. By the way, this is the man who had the Pulp Fiction's overrated take. So behave yourself. Hey, listen,
bro. This feels like you was harboring feelings. Leave the Pulp Fiction. It's done.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what should have won that year, and I believe that's 2007. What should have won that year is one of the greatest movies to be ever made. Is There Will Be Blood, which is Daniel Day-Lewis,
I can agree with that.
Paul Thomas Anderson, which is an incredible movie, by the way.
Social Network is crazy.
But the question is,
Do you think Social Network is on the same level as No Country for Old Men and
never.
It's a great movie.
No,
It's
it's
on
not
the
what
level.
I asked.
It's on the level. It's on the, without a doubt. By the way, do you know in terms of like the best movies of that decade?
Sure. Social Network is there.
I think you could. It could be there.
Mo, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can we move on?
Yeah, let's move on, man. Quarterfinals. No Country for Old Men has advanced to the next round. I don't think I said my pick, but No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Now, we're in the quarterfinals, 4 matchups. First match, Rain Man versus Parasite. Hashi, I'm gonna start with you. We've already summarized the movie, so let's just.
I think Rain Man has its place in movie history. Great movie, but Parasite does so much more in terms of talking about our current society and the way we live and stuff like that. And it's such a great movie for that. Parasite advances.
Rain Man.
Rain Man. I'm with Kim. Because of how much Rain Man.
Bro,
means
Dustin
to me.
Hoffman.
No, I understand. I understand.
It's just a personal connection, innit?
I understand.
How much
I
it means to
understand.
me, I just have to pick Rain Man. But
No problem.
Parasite, incredible movie.
Love you, Bong Joon-ho. Love you, bro.
Yeah. All right. Second matchup. Well, this is a good one. This is not bad. Well, for some people it might not be. It might be easy, but Silence of the Lambs versus Titanic.
As I said, I'll let you lot go first because I'm not allowed to choose anything else. So I'll let you lot go first.
Okay, fair enough. I think obviously Titanic is a really important movie, especially for Big Jim. Like it kind of gave him the clout to make Avatar and stuff like that, and he's obviously kind of probably started his fascination with the water. But it's such a wonderfully made movie. I have to go with Silence of the Lambs. I'm sorry.
I agree. Silence of the Lambs. So I'm sorry, Cam.
No, hey, listen. Say sorry to Kate, not me.
Sorry, Caden. So low, man.
But Titanic is a well-deserved film.
Yeah.
But yeah, Silence of the Lambs for me as well. All right. So third matchup in the quarterfinals. Who, Birdman? That's The Departed.
Well, I'm going to Departed, man.
I'm easily going
Going
Departed.
Departed, man.
Yeah, the part.
I'm
The part.
easily
We
going
don't need to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Last match for the quarterfinals. Wow. Schindler's List versus No Country for Old Men.
You know, can I just say this, yeah?
Wow.
Shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That should be the finals.
Yeah, that's a mad one.
That's a mad one. That's a mad one. That's a mad one.
Actually, I'm putting you on the spot.
Put me on a spot. Schindler's List is amazing.
I might need you lot. What you
Listen.
said to help me.
Okay, all right. No Country's in my top 20 movies of all time,
Sure.
so I'm putting it in there.
Okay.
I'm putting it in. It's got to be No Country. I'm sorry.
Kev.
Sorry,
I-
Stephen.
look,
sorry, Mr. Spielberg.
Look, I told you the story behind how I found No Country for Old Men,
Yes.
and it will stick with me forever. The part, I mean, Schindler's List. Oh my God, you can't. Like, you lot said enough, but
Crazy.
yeah, man, it has to be No Country.
Maybe it was easier than I thought. It's actually a clean sweep, but I think
Okay.
this is like a
It was
such
tough.
a good matchup.
It was such a great matchup.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So alright, damn, No Country advances.
I kind of think I know what's going to win this whole thing.
I kind of actually I don't
You
know.
never know, man.
Alright, semi-finals, two matchups obviously. First one, Rain Man versus Silence of the Lambs.
I don't want to go first.
I
don't want to go first.
Alright, but I have to put you on the spot because I put Hash on the spot the last one.
Oh, that's bad.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, please.
Alright, Rain Man or Silence? Whew. I'm battling between like my heart and my head right now. Honestly.
I think because you want to do that thing again.
No,
Why is it getting worse every time you do it?
It's so bad.
It's so bad,
My
yes.
lips are getting dry and shit. No, I mean I'm really battling between my head and my heart right now. My heart is Rain Man, my head is Silence. But if I had, I think Silence of the Lambs. I think it's a better movie.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm going to go with Silence of the Lambs.
You know the wickedest one for this one.
Yeah.
I don't actually care who wins because they're both good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually care.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at you.
I'm not mad. That's what I'm saying. So I'm happy to abstain.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a clean. It's
yeah.
silence. Let's
Silence
go.
of the Lambs.
Let's go.
So Silence of the Lambs goes through last matchup of the semi-finals. Oh my god. The Departed versus No Country for Old Men. Now, I know this is tough for you guys, yeah, so I'm gonna go first.
No, I can go first.
Go ahead.
This is probably. I wouldn't say like all of Scorsese's movies are good.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Yeah.
Like even Silence, where it was a 3.5 hour movie that people didn't like. Like I love all his movies.
So,
This is what won him the Oscar.
yeah.
People think that obviously Raging Bull, Goodfellas should have won and stuff like that. So because obviously Scorsese has so many flowers from all those movies, I am happy to go with my heart and go with No Country.
Cool. I'm not happy with that. Like I said before, The Departed is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I think everything, almost everything about the movie is perfect for me. So I'm gonna have to go Departed.
Kem.
Kem, this is down to you, brother.
Kem.
You better pick right.
Kem's my guy, by the way.
He knows, man.
I know.
Bro, I don't think you understand how highly I rate this movie.
Come on, yo, Mo.
Bro, for a kid to be like, whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Bro, it got me, man. It got me.
Do you remember the scene when he goes to the old man's house? Tommy Lee Jones goes to the old man's house, and then the old man's like, he heard about the fact that obviously Tommy Lee Jones is having kind of like issues in terms of he wants to retire and stuff like that. And when you go about, you know, when he has a little kind of monologue where he goes into, what you got ain't nothing new. This country's
Have you
hard.
seen it?
This country's hard on people.
Oh,
It ain't walking on you.
bro.
You know what I mean? It's such an amazing movie, by the way,
Yeah,
bro.
it's just me. I don't know. I've watched Departed so many times.
What about that last scene? What about that last scene where Tommy Lee's talking about how he's overmatched, where
What are you doing
it's just
right
too
now?
much.
What are you doing right now?
Look,
What is he doing?
it's a foregone conclusion.
Because I could do that with.
No. I know. But you have to
We can
understand.
run that.
No, but
We can run that.
it's based on my. You lot give me power, innit?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is no country for old men, man.
Sorry.
That's fair. Oh my god. Alright, before we go to the finals, real quick, we've got a third place matchup. So
Yeah.
the third place matchup is Rain Man versus The Departed.
No,
I
I
swear to God.
No. Hold up. Can I? No. You got me started. Can I talk, please?
Go on.
Bro, if you don't see what Mo's doing, Mo's looking at me hard, yeah? Look, The Departed, I would go with The Departed. Bro, Mo is screwing me, bro.
What are you saying, though, for real?
No, The Departed.
The Departed.
Yeah.
Hash?
for you, this is like must be difficult because this is a movie that you love
Yeah.
and a movie that
It's just
you
so
love as well.
personal, yeah.
So I think I love Rain Man, but it's got to be Departed, man.
Yeah, Rain Man means a lot to me, but I'm gonna go for the movie that's I have more fun watching
Yeah.
and I enjoy more in that sense.
The
Rain Man
Departed.
gives me a mad emotional response in it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say The Departed for third place. And now our final matchup. This is gonna be tough for you two, I know. Silence of the Lambs versus No Country for Old Men. Or maybe it might not be tough, but how should you go?
I think what you have to understand about Silence of the Lambs is like it's
Why did you find it funny?
what? Why is that funny? No. Why? What? I'm about to explain something. Why?
Good.
Something funny about it. I don't know.
Good.
Sorry, go.
I have to deal with this on a daily basis.
No, sorry. Please, finals. Silence versus No Country. What are you saying?
Silence of the Lambs is such a great story in terms of like communicating with the camera, certain kind of ideas in terms of like masculinity, like kind of like toxic masculinity in terms of like from the start, like it's an FBI agent, Jodie Foster's a small woman in a man's world, and how the camera kind of continually showed that throughout the whole movie. It was amazing. I mean, Jonathan Demme, and even the kind of battle between Clarissa trying to get information out of Hannibal, and you know what I mean, and like the way the camera kind of went
Great
up,
scenes,
you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, all that kind of amazing stuff. It's
Yeah.
such an amazing movie in that way, and Buffalo Bill, and by the way, that I forgot the name of that character actor, but that performance was so amazing. And then for me to see that guy in a TV show called Monk, where he's a kind of funny kind of
He
like
is
detective, like
here.
yeah,
You know that?
yeah, amazing. But with all of that said, like
What's your
the Coen brothers made an absolute banger in No Country. Like it's such a great rewatchable movie, such amazing lines, such amazing performances. That, by the way, that set piece in the hotel when Anton Chigurh catches up with Llewellyn Moss, and he turns off the lights, and Llewellyn's kind of like got that kind of shotgun that he's kind of like created to try and kind of like protect himself, and he just turns off the light, and you can just see the shadow.
I know.
It's just so amazing.
It's really good.
And then him with the kind of like with the cattle gun,
Yeah.
and him shooting out the lock, and the lock hitting him just, and he immediately just shoots the thing, and he
Well,
jumps
that
up.
high pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of modified shotgun, it's incredible. Such an amazing movie. And that chase down the street, it's gotta be No Country, man.
No Country.
Let's go.
Cam,
Let's go.
I think it's a clean sweep. So, No Country is the Small Time Critics Best Picture Tournament bracket winner. So third place was The Departed, Second place was Silence of the Lambs, and first place was No Country for Old Men. I think that's decent.
Yeah.
I am really happy
For
with
a
that.
top
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Obviously, the disclaimer at the beginning, we didn't pick every Best Picture Oscar, we picked the
Yeah.
ones that we've all seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, No Country for Old Men is the winner. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was a fun one. I love these brackets.
I love it.
Brackets
I
are
love
cold.
it.
There's more that are going to come from brackets, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like I say all the time, hit the bell so you get notifications for when the videos are going to come out. And engage with us and give us 5 stars on the streaming
Yeah.
platforms, the Spotify, the Apple
On
Podcasts,
iTunes.
the Google Podcasts, iTunes,
Yeah,
yeah, all
Apple
that
iTunes.
stuff. But yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.
Peace
Peace.
out.